Now we're going to finish with chapter 4 in Proverbs. We left off. Good day, men, and hope you're having a great day. Here we go. So we left off with verse 22, and for they are life to those who find them, and healing to all the flesh. All right, those are the words of God. He says, "Be attentive," back in verse 20. So we're going to start from there. The one key word there is keep. Keep your heart with all vigilance. That means, hey, you got it. Keep it. Keep your head down. Keep your head in my word. Don't look to the left. Don't look to the right. Look right here. How many of y'all had teachers? Right here. Look right here. We got to give our attention to the Lord. So many things vying for our attention, right? So, verse 24, put away from you crooked speech and devious talk from you. Crooked speech. Crooked, not straight. Give him a straight answer. You know what a man does? A real man? Tell it straight. Don't beat around the bush. Tact is making a point without making an enemy. But let me tell you something. People who hate the truth, they're always going to hate it. Don't be afraid of just telling the truth, man. You're going to get rejection in life. Jesus said they hated me before they hated you. Don't worry. The truth will protect you. It'll set you what? He said, you'll know the truth, and the truth will set you free. Oh, soft pillow makes for a clean conscience makes for a soft pillow, right? These who accuse, and these who hate truth, they don't live in it. They don't like God's boundaries. God's a God of boundaries. And God's got a boundary that if you live within it, it will bless you far greater. Far greater. There's freedom in boundaries. The train is designed to go on two narrow tracks, can pull tons and tons behind it on two little narrow tracks, constrained. But off the tracks, can't pull a thing. God says, stay on my tracks. Stay the course. I'll let you accomplish more through you. I will accomplish more through you. I will bless more with you than you could ever do by yourself. So he says, let your eyes look directly forward to you. And he says, ponder the path of your feet in verse 25. All right. You go out in the woods, and you better consider, well, if I take that route, it could lead to a really bad way. If I don't have a good map, I could be totally lost. I could find myself in some pretty imminent danger. If I go a way that I've been told, or I have a map, or I look at my path, I keep my feet, my eyes down on the ground, not to step on a snake or trip on a log, or get somewhere that I could get really, in a lot of hurt with. It's the same thing in life. Keep your eyes on that path that you're called to follow. Each of us have a work. We have a job to do, don't we? I don't need to worry about somebody else's job. I need to think about mine. I want to think about the people I serve. I want to make their life better, my company more profitable. Because in that profit, I'll get some of that reward. Those families will be blessed. What's a company? It's a company of people who have a same kind of singular goal. And if it's profitable, it blesses their family. Obviously, the purpose that God has for you and me is the path. So keep your eyes on that. Ponder the path of your feet. Consider it. Which way are we going here? And then go. Then all your ways will be sure. Do not swerve to the right nor to the left. Okay, just stay the course. Stay the course. And he says, turn your foot away from evil. Well, this is something about, there's other topics in looking to the left or the right, isn't there? Topics that cause our minds to wonder. We can be watching a movie, and all of a sudden it starts going away. That makes you, they're doing things sinful, and it's happening right before our eyes. And if we don't shut it off, well, guess what happens? That by virtue, I don't know if this is a virtue, but by the very fact that we're not turning it off or fast forwarding, it means we're condoning, doesn't it? It means I'm going to tolerate this. Here's a principle. You get what you tolerate. Now think about that. You get what you tolerate. Well, why is, why is all this crime occurring? Because we're tolerating it. Why is this theft? Why do people break in? Why are people selling drugs? Because we're tolerating it. The juries are letting people go because they let it get to their feelings rather than to their mind of principle. And we're without wisdom. They don't understand that tolerating destructive nature will destroy everyone inside and outside and around that person. Everything they touch, everywhere they work, every institution they're a part of. And tolerating evil will only bring more of it. In the home, somebody says, well, my kid doesn't obey me, or my kid does this, my kid does that. Wait a minute, you know why that's going on? Because you're tolerating it. Say my books are a mess and I just have all this anxiety built up and I keep neglecting it. I'm living with this anxiety about this thing that I'm not doing. Why? I'm tolerating it. Sometimes you get to a boiling point and a breaking point. You go, that's it. We got to clean the garage. I got to tell you, right now, my wife and I are going, honey, we got to clean our garage. How many of y'all have some dirty garages, some disorderly garages in your life? How many of you are tolerating stuff? It's time to clean up. It's time to get in order. God's a God of order. Did you know that? He's a God of a lot of order. Thy kingdom come, thy will be done on earth as it is in heaven, the Lord's Prayer says. He's got an order. He's got an order to this entire solar system that's going on. So precise. We set our atomic clocks to it. He's got seasons and systems of the ecosystem, systems of our, even our body, electrical system, digestive system, nervous system, all kinds of systems in life, systems of the most productive businesses have a system in place. Same hamburger of your favorite hamburger joint that's a franchise. It tastes the same all over the country because they have a system. Same for pizza. The best, companies, they have a great system, and they modify it or adapt it depending upon change the times. But their system works. God's system in order works all the time. Get in His system, it'll always work. That's what He's trying to tell you. He's saying, "How's your system going?" I have a friend who is in law enforcement, and he picked a guy up one time. This guy was all inebriated, and he had just committed some crime sprees and this and that. And my friend, who's a believer, he said, guy said, "Well, don't you drink?" And he goes, "Well, no." He goes, "Well, why not?" He goes, "Well, I just would rather just keep control of my wits and just choose not to do it. I just think my life's probably better without it." And the guy started swearing and cursing. And he said, "Well," he goes, "let me ask you, you choose to do this and that and this and this." He goes, "How's that going for you?" And, we make choices. All of us make choices. And so the question is what's God's choice for you? What's God's word say about choices? And what is His system? His system will bless. It'll bring life. Without cultivating the farmlands, we'd all starve if we didn't have farmers who really knew their systems. We wouldn't have any food. And if we as a society break it down and we take away their incentive to farm, take away the profit, well, guess what? They're not going to plant anymore. They're not going to have crops. They won't have any no profit. Why should they take the risk, right? Why should a small business take the risk anymore if you're going to trash me for not wanting to make a profit, okay? Let the market bear that out. But here's the point. There's a system that gives life. There's a system that produces fruit and prosperity that works so that there's enough, more than enough. You remember, God's a God of more than enough. He's not a God of lack. And if you follow his ways, your ways will be sure. You'll never have a lack. And those who fear God will never lack. Did you know that? That's another verse we're going to go through in Proverbs. Well, men, you have a great week. Stay in the Word. Keep abiding in faith. Be an uplifter. Be an encourager. Stand in the gap. Stand for truth. Love other men. Make a difference. Men of God. Bless you.